Hey everyone, it's Alyce and welcome to July's episode of Book Box Battle. First things first, I need to thank you all for making June's episode of Book Box Battle the most viewed episode that we have ever put out. It is the first one that's ever passed 1,000 views and I am just blown away because I wasn't expecting that kind of reception. When we started this, it was mostly just an excuse to unbox everything together so that I couldn't procrastinate on opening my boxes. But the fact that you all like it and I have so much fun filming it, thank you a lot for that. So last month we had a situation with a weird booby in a FairyLoot box. So OwlCrate ended up pipping them to the post and winning, which means this month we'll be opening OwlCrate last because we always go with the previous month's winner as our last box. And because FairyLoot came in second, they're going to be going second with this absolutely stunning, gorgeous new look box. By the way, we will get to that in a minute. So we're going to start off this July episode with Illumicrate. So, controversial opinion perhaps, but Illumicrate have not been impressing me that much this year. I can't think of the last time that they won an episode of Book Box Battle. Before, it used to be pretty evenly between them and FairyLoot, with OwlCrate kind of trailing behind. But OwlCrate have been smashing out of the park this year, and I've been a little disappointed by what Illumicrate have been putting out. So I'm always a little apprehensive opening my Illumicrate boxes. And if I'm completely honest with you, I can't even remember anything about the theme for this month. I can't remember what the book is if I've already figured it out. So I'm going into this completely blind and it is going to be a nice surprise for all of us, I hope. So, the theme of the month is In Too Deep. And so I will do what I always do and I'll put the spoiler card to one side, use that to refer to for artists and for fandoms if I can't work out where the items are from. And straight away I am seeing some kind of towel. Beneath the Waves by Yoshi Yoshitani, and this is a Folk of the Air item and it feels like a towel, and I'm going to have an absolute struggle getting out the little sleevey thing. Oh no, this has started off well. It has some tape. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. We are in. And this is... Ooh. Ooh. It is a beach towel. And it is very large. It's hard to see what's actually on it. Let me see if I can see it with you. Because there's some mermaids. Or some merfolk. Some fish. A trident with some seahorses. Some crabs. Underwater horse. This is very cool because for a Folk of the Air item you can't really tell that it's Folk of the Air because there is the Wicked King, I think. Yeah, the Wicked King is the one that's kind of set underwater, but there's no quotes, there's nothing overtly Folk of the Airy about this towel, and I'm not a huge fan of the Folk of the Air series, so I really like this actually. A beach towel is a useful item. It's one that I know has been included in boxes before, but I don't think there's been one of this size because this is ginormous. I could probably just use this as a normal bathing towel because I think it's big enough. Yeah, it's big enough to wrap round you. Darn. Wow. This is very impressive. Ooh, that is a good start. Nice. So then we have a white box. I wonder what's inside. Something with a wooden top. Ooh, a bottle. And this bottle has some underwater books in it, and it says, "Read 1,000 books and your words will flow like a river." And that's a quote by Lisa C. Ooh, it's very beautiful. Very nice thick top. They do a fair amount of drinking implements. But this is one that I actually think I would use. I'm a bit nervous where it's glass and I have babies, so there is a chance that they might end up destroying it. But if I didn't, I think that would be really nice to like just put on a desk. It feels like it would insulate it and keep it quite nice and cool, which is good, especially in the summer months with the heat wave we've been having. And I really do love that design. I'm not normally a fan of watery stuff. The watery aesthetic doesn't really do much for me, but I'm really loving both of those items so far. So that is designed by Fez Inkwright at Ross.here, and it's a flow like a river water bottle. Okay, so we then have some metal cutlery, I think. Ooh, okay. So these are straws. You have a big straw for smoothies and things that have chunky bits, and that says Carrion Crow. And then you have some smaller straws. One says Winged Serpent, one says Golden Eagle, and one says Water Strider. I have no idea what these things are referencing, but I love the ombre on the straws. That's really cool. I don't know which book box it was, but there was a kind of metallic-y straw set that was put in a box a few years ago, and we've been using those a lot recently. And these look like they will come in quite handy, especially where they've got the bigger size. That's not something I've ever seen in a metal straw before, which is funny because the store I work actually sells metal straws, and I still haven't seen bigger sized ones. So that's really handy. Comes in a very nice little Illumicrate pouch, and it comes with the cleaning straw, so you can keep them nice and clean as well. These are designed by Illumicrate, and they inspired by the Clans from Black Sun, which I think is the book that I'm picturing in my head. I will get Sean to put the cover up. I think it's by somebody called Rebecca, but it isn't one that I've read myself yet. I don't know why Rebecca, the name, is in my head. But it's one that I've seen people talk about a lot, and I was surprised when Illumicrate didn't do it at the time. So it's nice to see them featuring an item inspired by that. We then have Property of the Night Spire. Some kind of tube thing. Does it twist? Does it open? I think it... Oh, it is meant to open. It has a little, like... I don't even know if you'll be able to see that, but it had a little crack in the lid, so I don't know if it's just a little bit too tight, and that's why I was having trouble opening it. But... Oh! Oh, wow! It's a little... Oh, it's a wooden toothbrush. And a wooden toothbrush holder for travelling with, I guess. Wow! Okay, number one, not been featured in a book box before as far as I'm aware. Number two, very, very useful item. Who doesn't brush their teeth? I mean, people who don't have teeth, but most people, even if you have dentures, you need to brush them. So this is a very good item for a lot of usage. The bristles are a little bit thin, but then I guess if you bought a toothbrush that was the same length, it would be able to fit in here anyway. So you could use that as a guide to be able to buy like a harder toothbrush if you needed to. That's very cool. I worry about how the wood would do if you didn't dry the brush off properly. If it would expand or if it would kind of like erode. Because it isn't something that I've tried before, but that's very clever. It's a very useful item. Just a little bit of a shame that mine's got a little crack in it. But then that means I won't be too nervous about using it. Oh, and it does have like a hole in the top and the bottom. I guess that's to help the water drain. So they've clearly thought through. I thought it was going to whistle and it didn't whistle. They've clearly thought through the fact that water is wet. And this is inspired by Alucard Emery. I don't know who that is. I'll try and find out and edit it in, but it's designed by No One Designs, so that is a fandom that I have no idea about. If I had to make a guess, I'd probably say Daughter of the Pirate King, just because it's got like the anchor and the pirate ship on it, but I'm probably making that up. But yeah, very, very cool. Definitely a unique box. All useful items, and definitely the Illumicrate box that has impressed me the most this year so far. And now we get on to the book, which is very blue. I'm unsurprised by the blueness because it is a watery themed. Oh, okay, this is The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd-Jones. I don't know how I had forgotten about this because I was really excited because this is also being featured in one of these book boxes. Not Illumicrate, probably not FairyLoot, next month. So I'm actually going to end up with 2 copies of this one. But it says, oceans will rise, a kingdom will fall. So you've got the foiling on the back, you've got some, like, shimmery, shiny bits. You've got, ooh, stencily edges on the front there with like the, kind of looks like the tectonic plates. I know it's probably meant to be waves, but you've got the signature page. And we've also got, ooh, foiling. And under the dust jacket artwork. So Illumicrate going all out on this one. Very nice artwork. That reminds me of Miles C. Grant, who does the Goddess. The God and Goddesses teacup set, but I will find out for you in just a moment if that is the case, because it's very reminiscent of their art style. So let's just have a quick look. And yes, the reverse dust jacket art and the foil embossing are both by Niall C. Grant, so I'm quite clearly getting better at recognising the artists that are being included in these books, which is really cool. So the blurb for this one is, once upon a time, the kingdoms of Wales were rife with magic and conflict. An 18-year-old Merid Myr is well acquainted with both. As the last living water diviner, she can manipulate water with magic, a unique elemental power many would kill to possess. For years, Myr has been running from the prince who bound her into his service and forced her to kill thousands with her magic. Now all Myr truly wants is a safe, quiet life far from power and politics. But then Myr's old handler, the king's spy master, returns with a proposition. Use her powers to bring down the very prince that abused them both. With the help of a fey-cursed man, a snarky thief, and a corgi that may or may not be a spy, Myr must decide if she's prepared to run for the rest of her life or to stand and fight for her freedom and peace. Part heist novel, part dark fairy tale, and rich with Welsh legends, The Drowned Woods is an ethereal fantasy perfect for fans of Kristen Cashore and Maria V. Schneider. I mean, that sounds amazing. It sounds like quite a stereotypical YA fantasy, but I am so interested in it. I haven't actually read any of Emily Lloyd-Jones' writing yet, but I do have her first 2 novels, and I'm very interested in reading them both. And this one, I think, has just shot right to the top of my TBR because that sounds really, really good. So, that is a surprise to start off the episode because I'm really impressed by every item in this box. Like, I think they're useful, they're aesthetically pleasing, and that's all I can really ask for in my book boxes, you know? Especially the size of that towel. Like, that could just be a blanket. That's really useful. So now it is time to move on to the new look FairyLoot. So as you can see, the box is not black this month. We've actually got some of the design that is normally on the inside flap of the box on the outside. So we've got the butterflies. The logo has changed ever so slightly and has a little butterfly perch on the link, and the logo has also changed on that side as well. So it seems like they're going for a bit of a new style, and I personally am loving it. My jaw dropped when I got home from work and Sean was like, ooh, it's like a new box. And it is. It's not black, and even though I loved the fact that the FairyLoot boxes were black because it made them very unique and made them very noticeable, I think that the attention to detail on this, where it's got like the plain on the 3 sides and then the pattern on the sides, is just stunning. I really, really like it. And now I've waxed lyrical about the box, let's actually get inside it and see what's in here this month. So we have the theme card. It is Trials and Retributions. So again, I'll put this to one side and refer to that in a moment if I need to. And we are starting off strong with a pin badge banner, which I am excited about because even though I haven't put them up yet, I actually have used all of my pin badge banners now, and I'm still acquiring pin badges on a regular basis because there's at least one a month because there's always one in OwlCrate every month. So I have been thinking of getting some more banners so that I would be able to display them. I like the design of this one. It's a little bit scratchy on the material and it's a little bit smaller than some of the ones that have been included, but I like the fact that you've got like the nice bits of blank space there if you want to showcase the wider design, or you would be able to put the pin badges over the design as well if you so wished. So that is a useful item. And that is designed by Blanca Design, and it's inspired by Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, and I can totally see that because that is very reminiscent of the UK cover that has just been released, because that book's only just been published in the UK. We then have socks, and I love socks, so I'm happy with that, and especially because these are Gideon the Ninth socks, and I love Gideon the Ninth. Okay, these are really freaking cute. These are like totally my aesthetic. So it's got the skull with like the dagger coming out of it, and they're just like the little ankle trainer socks, and those are the ones that I kind of live in when I'm not at work. She says wearing long socks at the moment and fluffy socks most of the time, but like normally I would just shove on a pair of ankle socks and go. So I think I'm going to be wearing those ones quite a lot. And those are designed by Forensics and Flowers, and I should have known that because I love Forensics and Flowers artwork. They do a lot of work with OwlCrate, and exactly my aesthetic again. Happy with that. We then have, oh my god, I'm so fucking chuffed. A Little Adventure. It's a print album. It's a print holder. The funny thing is, I can remember FairyLoot, either at the end of last month or early this month, when the theme had just been announced, saying that they were featuring an item that they had never featured before, but they had been requested a lot. And I said, it better be a print album, because Illumicrate have done them and OwlCrate have done them, but FairyLoot do the most gorgeous spoiler cards, and they do the tarot cards every month, so they are the ones that should really be providing us with these, because they have the most items that you'd want to store in one of these. So I'm so glad that I called that right. I love the fact that it's just called A Little Adventure. It's very simplistic design. It's not overtly related to a fandom, so no matter who you are, you will be able to display this on your shelf. It's got the kind of gold on the spine, so it kind of looks like it's an old-fashioned book, so it would fit very nicely on your shelf with other things. It's a bit bigger than I think the albums that have been featured in other boxes have been, so it should fit things a bit nicer. Still got the A5 size on the pages, so perfect for the spoiler cards and things like that. I really, really like this. It feels like such good quality, and it's definitely well made, which is lovely. And that is designed by Chatty Nora, and yes, it's just a fandom neutral item. It's just to keep the art prints and the theme cards in. But that is brilliant, because I know that's something I specifically have been asking FairyLoot to do, and this is one of the best items I've received this year, because it's aesthetically pleasing, it's very useful, and it is really, really well designed. I love that. I love that. We then have a little pouch, and in the little pouch we have a knife, like with a knuckle duster kind of thingy jiggo, so you can just... Okay, so I'm guessing, without looking at the spoiler card, that this is going to be inspired by Dark Shade of Magic, because it's got kind of like the street pattern on there, and it's also got black, white, grey and red on the gems, and there's black, white, grey and red London, so I'm assuming this is a collectible letter opener designed by Jez Hawk, and yes, it is inspired by Lila from A Dark Shade of Magic, so that's really, really clever. I don't think I'm ever going to use any of these, and they're not really to my taste. They're just kind of aesthetic items rather than useful items, in my opinion, because I don't think it would be, like, you might be able to use it as a letter opener, but it doesn't feel like sharp enough. I think it is just more of a design piece instead. But it's a very well designed item, and I know some people are going to absolutely love those. We then have... Does that sound like something we've already seen in this video? I think it does. Are these more straws? Holy fucking Christ, they've even got a big one. I'm like, oh, I've never seen a big metal straw in my life, and now I got two of them. So that's perfect, because it means Sean and I can both have smoothies at the same time. So thank you, FairyLoot and Illumicrate, for coming through on the same month. These have a very subtle little pattern on them that's very pretty. And these are... Oh, it's just designed by Team FairyLoot, and it says that it features a beautiful Greek pattern. Ah, okay. That's interesting. So 1 straw less. We have 3 straws in this set. And we do still have the little brush. So 1 straw less, but still has a big straw. So good choices. Nice that they're fandom neutral, so that if you don't want to have ones that have a fandom on them, you've still got the chance to use them. And last but not least, we have, well, other than the book, obviously, the tarot cards. So this month's tarot cards are Strength and the Hermit, and they look like some very cool characters. I love the planetary design behind them. That's really stunning. Very nice attention to detail on those ones. And these are Sloane and Dane from Bloodsea On by Deborah Fillet, which FairyLoot featured a couple of months ago. So they're very good. They can go nicely in my new print holder. And then we have the book. And it's blue. Oh, we're having a blue month this month, are we? That's interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't think I've ever even heard of it. Right, okay. So we've got the bookmark. And we've got the author letter here. And this is by Tara Tejar. Oh, all of the designs on this one are by that artist. So we have The Darkening by Sonia Mara. This has some very, very stunning foiling on the cover. Has some stenciled feathers on the pages, with the top and the bottom being just pure blue spray. We've got artwork on the end papers that looks really freaking epic. We have foiling under the dust jacket, which could also be kind of used as an alternate cover if you didn't want to have your dust jacket on. We've got some different end paper art at the end again, which FairyLoot are getting really great at doing. Oh, I honestly don't think I've heard of this book, but I am so intrigued just by the cover, because this looks exactly like the kind of thing that I would pick up. I'm getting like Throne of Glass vibes, I'm getting Truth Witch vibes. I am very interested. Let's have a look and see what it's about. Prince Dalka was born for one purpose: to protect his home from the storm, a deadly force that surrounds his city and curses everyone it touches. Vesper Vale is the daughter of failed revolutionaries. Since the Queen sentenced her mother to death by the storm, she and her father have been on the run. So when the Queen's soldiers, led by Prince Dalka, catch up to Vesper's father, she will do whatever it takes to save him from sharing her mother's cruel fate. Even arm herself with her father's book of dangerous experimental magic, even infiltrate the prince's elite squad of soldier sorcerers, even cheat her way into his cold heart. But when Vesper learns that there's more to the story of her mother's death and that her home is in dire peril, she has little choice. Trust the devious prince with her family's secrets, or follow her mother's footsteps into the storm. Ooh. Okay, I am really freaking interested in this one. I think it helps that at the moment I'm reading Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard, so like anything stormy, I'm just really in the mood for. I think I'm going to have to save this to read in like September, October time, because I think that will be so atmospheric to read it around that time. But oh my freaking gosh, this looks absolutely brilliant. And if I can get to it, I do have a signature page. My pages were just a little glued together for a second there. And that is really cool. I am so interested in this one. Ooh. Oh, it is a close one so far, isn't it? We also have the little fairy scoop, which we always have. Ooh. I am impressed by how much everybody is upping their game this month, because dang. Also impressed I hadn't heard of the book, because I am a booktuber. I like to keep my finger on the pulse with things like that, and it's not one that has crossed my radar, so I hope that I enjoy it as much as I feel like I'm going to. So now we will move on to last month's winners, OwlCrate, and I'm excited to see if they are as good this month as they were last month, because as I said last month, they just kind of pipped FairyLoot to the post, but they did really deserve the win. Okay, so we have a little bit of a folded spoiler card, so let me just ease that out a second. And this is the Courtly Intrigue box, so I won't look at the spoilers until I need to for fandoms and artists. And straight up, I am seeing a water bottle. And my battery running low. I'll be back.
3 hours later.
As I was saying, before my technology cruelly interrupted me, a water bottle. But it's like a silicone one. So it's not fixed into shape at all times, which will make it easier to fit in a bag when you've finished drinking it. The funny thing is, I've actually got a bottle similar to this with the bit that like pops up, and I have been using it all the freaking time. It's so easy. I don't need to worry about possibly spilling the drink. I can just literally pop it out, have a bit, put it down, carry on running around at my workplace. So this is absolutely perfect. This is exactly what I need in an item, and it's the first time I've ever known a book box to feature a bottle that isn't hard plastic. So that's really cool. It says, visit the Blood Forest, the Kingdom of Solace, hiking, camping, bloodletting, which is a little bit intense. And this is, oh, you can open the suction nozzle. Hang on. And squeeze out the air. Bear with me. The air. Can you hear her squeezing? Right, so you squeeze out the air, and then you roll the water bottle from the bottom to the top. Wow. Wrap the silicone rope around the roll and loop over the lid. Oh, I should have rolled that a bit neater, I think. Right, so like how? Wrap the silicone rope around the roll and over the lid. Oh. And then you close the suction nozzle. And then it like keeps it really teeny small to fit in your bag. That's really clever. Who knew that anything like this even existed? And then it says to keep the bottle unfolded when not in use. So I'll just re-pop, re-inflate. There you go. How funky dunky. I probably did that really wrong with the rope, and everybody's going to just be judging me in the comments, but that's fine because it's not something I've ever used before. So hand wash only. Keep away from fire and sharp objects. Yeah, that's fair. So this is by No One Designs, and this is inspired by From Blood and Ash. Oh, who knew? Definitely an interesting item to receive, she says, nearly putting it down on top of her scissors. I just said I had to keep it away from sharp items. Why am I like this? So then we will dive in. Ah! Oh my god, it's another bowl cozy! Oh my god, yes! Okay, so... oh, for context, OwlCrate did a bowl cozy a while ago. Quite a while ago. I think it was in the Star Daughter box, if I'm honest. That would have been last summer, maybe the summer before. And in that box there was a bowl cozy, and it's gorgeous. It's navy blue. It has yellow star and moon patterns all over it, and my daughter loves it. So I used to use it. I would sit here with my pasta and have my bowl cozy, and I'd be chomming away, and then Sophia would be like, me cozy, me bowl, and I'd be like, fine, okay, whatever. So obviously I gave it to her because she is my daughter and I love her, but it means I don't have one of my own because she just uses it to put like her plate on, and then she feels really happy. Sometimes she puts her cereal bowl in it. Cereal is cold. I don't think she understands that the purpose of this is to mean that you don't burn yourself. But now I have one, and I actually think I like the design on this one a little bit more because one side has like daggers and snowflakes and the other side has crowns and leaves. And this is inspired by the Iron Fae series and designed with love by Love You More. And the logo's a little unicorn, which Sophia loves unicorns, so I'll be giving her the little tag for this as well, won't I? But I am so happy because, again, I'd seen something on Facebook and they were like, yeah, we're putting something in. Like, it was a really well-received fabric item that we did a little while ago. And I was like, another bowl cozy, please, another bowl cozy. And it is another bowl cozy. So I finally have one that isn't just across the room being used by my daughter. Thank you, OwlCrate, for providing me with my textiles needs. Right, let's carry on. We got, some kind of fine body mist. By Fiction Bath Co. And this is meant to smell like sugared oranges. Okay, I'm going to risk it. The last time I had something smelly, I smelled it and I gave myself a very bad migraine and I regretted. And then there was the amazing time when I got like a body lotion, like a hand lotion thing, and I managed to open it and explode it all over myself. So I'm going to risk playing with a smelly thing again and hope that there isn't a disaster this time, because I really like the smell of sugared oranges. So hopefully this one will not give me a migraine and I will be a happy chappy. So let's have a look. Let's also see what it's inspired by. Inspired by Priory of the Orange Tree. I love Priory of the Orange Tree. Okay, well, I've definitely got to spray it now. Sean's going to come in and be like, why does the house smell like orange? Okay, are you ready? I'm saying that like you're going to be able to smell it. You won't, but you can experience my scent reaction. I got it in my eye. Why did I lean forward that quickly? I should have known something would go wrong when I was so eagerly spraying the smelly thing. On the plus side, it smells like oranges. They smell sugared. It's not hitting me with an instant migraine. Admittedly, my eye's a little bit sore because I did get some in my eye, but why am I so stupid? But that smells pleasant. That smells kind of summery and fruity, and I like that a lot. I will be using this. This is a smelly item that I'm actually going to use. So I think OwlCrate get extra points for that, because every time there's a smelly item, it just kind of languishes in my cupboard and I never use it. So, sweet Jesus, I really like that smell. I'm so glad I smelled it. I'm so glad I gave that a risk. Let's move on to the rest of the box before I just carry on laying here, sitting here, smelling things. A literary luggage pin designed by Alyce Creative. We have one of these every single month, and this month's is Tor Diavabad. This is inspired by City of Brass, and this is stunning, as all of these are. I'm not a huge pin badge lover, but something about these literary luggage pins has just absolutely... it's changed me into a pin lover. I've loved every single one of these, and I think I'm going to continue to, because we're just over halfway through now. So thank you to Alyce Creative for continuing to smash those designs. We also have a little wooden thingy-doo. And the little wooden thingy-doo says, where do you think legends begin if not from truth? And it's a mirror, but it's like... it slides. That's very cool. I don't know if it's meant to slide that way, because one way is very smooth and the other way isn't. But it's magnetic, so it magnetically closes. Ooh, I've never had anything like that before. That's really snazzy. I like the way it's also kind of teardrop shaped. That's very cool. So this is... by KDP Letters, and it is inspired by these hollow vows. Okay. Ooh, that's also very useful. What is everybody doing with the useful items this month? I'm loving it. Ooh, I think we already have one decorative item this whole month. We then have House Galathinius Goblet Charms. Kingdom of Terrasson, OwlCrate exclusive. I think Kingdom of Terrasson is Throne of Glass, but I might be wrong. Oh, okay, I was lying. We've now had two decorative items. Ooh. And these are like, ooh, what? Keep tabs on your beverage during parties by hooking a charm around the stem of your drinkware. Well, who would have thought that was a thing? That's genius! That was my son beeping the horn. If you heard that horn beep, that was amazing. So we've got a little one that says Fireheart. You've got a little crown with a sword through it. You've got a little deer wearing a crown around his neck. And you've got a strange eye. But like, wow, I didn't even know those existed. These are designed by Band of Weirdos. And yes, Throne of Glass. Had no idea. I thought it was going to be a decorative item, but it's actually useful. It's a useful decorative item. My tiny brain is blown. And now it's time for the book, which is Violet Maid of Thorns by Gina Chen. And I have a feeling that this is being featured in another box next month as well. I might be making that up, but I've got a feeling I'm going to end up with 2 of this one as well. So this has... We will open it up and see what it has in just a moment. So this has... the world's hardest to open shrink wrap, apparently. Which is impressive, considering OwlCrate have shrink wrap every month. You'd think I'd know how to open it by now. Has author letter, and we have, it's a unique exclusive cover. I thought it must have been because I didn't recognise the cover. I love the design of it. Kings and curses, girls and gods, these are the makings of tales. Ooh. So very, very stunning. We've got these kind of shiny lanterns, looking shiny all over it, and we've got some foiling, which is always a good time. And then we have signature page, and we have, oh, I like it. Oh, they've been doing really, really good with the foiling on the covers recently, and this is just like, I'm a sucker for this. He is more beast than prince. I am more monster than girl. And then there are no love stories found upon the throne. I love the quotes they've chosen that makes you want to read this like right now. Oh Jesus. And the design though. The designs of those are stunning. Oh. So then we've also got under the dust jacket artwork as well of people at like a masquerade ball, and I'm a sucker for a masquerade ball, so I'm also up for that. So the exclusive cover is designed by After Blossom Art. The reversible dust jacket art is designed by Nicole Deal, and the exclusive foil designs are by Tess Menovich at Paperback Bones. You'll also find lovely foiled end pages exclusive to our edition. Holy shit, OwlCrate! You going all out with the foiling recently. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Jesus. So I found out recently that the reason that OwlCrate don't do the sprayed edges as much is because apparently there's only like one printing place in the entirety of the US that does sprayed edges, so the queue is like ridiculous, which is why whenever they do sprayed edges there's normally delays with shipping and things like that. So it makes sense as to why they're not doing sprayed or stenciled edges as often as FairyLoot or Illumicrate, because we can quite clearly get those easily over here. But how can you criticise them for that when they are putting everything into these? Like, you've got foil on the hardcover case and the alternative dust jacket and foil on the end papers and it's signed and the entire cover is exclusive. That's amazing. They're working their absolute asses off on these, and I think they deserve a big round of applause for that, because I think sometimes OwlCrate get the rough end of the deal because of the fact they're still very much a YA book box. FairyLoot sometimes do adult books in the YA monthly box. Illumicrate, obviously, a crossover between adult and YA. They always have been. But OwlCrate sometimes get a raw deal because of the fact that they just do YA. But when they're making it look this freaking stunning, like, I just want to give them some love for a minute, because Jesus fucking Christ, that's amazing. I'm very impressed by that. The author letter. Yeah, the author letter is also included. I've already mentioned that. And I am highly impressed. So let me just read you the blurb quickly before I try and work out who the hell is going to win this month, because it is close. There is always a price for defying destiny. Violet is a prophet and a liar, influencing the royal court with her cleverly phrased and not always true divinations. Honesty is for suckers like the oh-so-not-charming Prince Cyrus, who plans to strip Violet of her official role once he's crowned at the end of the summer, unless Violet does something about it. The boy must die before summer's end. But when the king asks her to falsely prophesy Cyrus's love story for an upcoming ball, Violet awakens a dreaded curse, one that will end in either damnation or salvation for the kingdom, all depending on the prince's choice of the future bride. Violet faces her own choice. Seize an opportunity to gain control of her destiny no matter the cost, or give in to the ill-fated attraction that's growing between her and Cyrus. Or you will burn. Violet's wits may protect her in the cutthroat court, but they can't change her fate, and as the boundary between hatred and love grows ever thinner, Violet must untangle a wicked web of deceit to save herself and the kingdom, or doom them all. Ooh, and enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers as well. I was kind of getting enemies to lovers vibes from the FairyLoot book too. Oh, this is like a really freaking tough choice. We also have in the bottom of the box here, before I forget to mention them, the OwlCrate Owl Babble, which we get every month. So that has the original cover and the exclusive cover compared, and may I just say how much more stunning the exclusive cover is. Hot darn. Other releases we're excited about this month. The Darkening. If only I'd opened OwlCrate first, I would have been like, I know that book. That didn't slip under my radar. And we also have the theme card for Steeped in Folklore, which is August, and every August box comes with an exclusive item illustrated by Kim Ekdahl. So, wow. This is like the opposite of last month, because last month I had a clear loser, and then I had two very close. This month, they're all very close, but I also think I have a clear winner, which I wasn't expecting to feel that way, but I really do. Because Illumicrate, the glass drink bottle, useful, but I would be worried about it. The beach towel, I don't go to the beach, but it is a stunning design, so I can see either way on that one. We've also got the straw set, which again, I really enjoyed. The toothbrush holder, it's very unique, but I don't know if it's something I would personally use myself. So I think that Illumicrate is a brilliant box. I think I will be keeping all of the items, but I just don't think it's my personal winner. But I can see that a lot of people are going to love that box this month, and I think that Illumicrate may have redeemed themselves for quite a lot of buyers this month, because I know a few people have been feeling the way that I've been feeling, a bit restless with it, a bit unimpressed, but that box really did impress me. FairyLoot, I enjoyed. I like the photo album, I like the pin badge banner, I like the socks. They're all items that I will use, but nothing really wowed me. Nothing kind of got me that excited. Like, I'm excited about the fact that it's been included, but the design of the print album itself doesn't exactly excite me. I like it, but I think it's going to be OwlCrate again, if I'm completely honest with you, because this, a completely unique item that I didn't even know existed. I appreciate that. The bowl cozy. I freaking love this thing. I've only ever, like, the first one I had was the only one I'd ever even heard of, and I love it. The little mirror with, like, the magnetic close. You can't break the hinge, like, flipping it open and close. You can just, like, slide it. I guess you might be able to wear the hinge down while you're sliding it, but it just seems like it would be a little bit more useful than some of the items that I've had in the past of mirrors, because most of them just end up, if they're the circles that are flat, they just get cracked, or if they have the hinges, then they snap. So that's very useful. And the amount of customizations on the book. FairyLoot also kind of marked down for putting the little dagger in there because it's not really my kind of thing. But the OwlCrate collectible item, the one that's not really that useful and is more of a decorative thing, was the pin badge. And that really is my kind of aesthetic. And, like, fuck's sake, I sprayed myself in the eye with this orange spray and I still liked the smell of it. I still want to smell more of it. I risked my vision for this unboxing and I think it paid off. So I'm doing it. Congratulations, OwlCrate. You've won 2 months in a fucking row. That is possibly the first time I think OwlCrate have ever managed to pull that off. But if I'm being honest, I think I'm starting to get fatigued by the sprayed and stenciled edges because it is everywhere now. Waterstones have them, Smiths have started doing them, and all of the boxes do them so consistently that they don't really feel that wow or that special anymore. But the foil stamps under the hardcover, different ones on front and back, I don't know another box that's doing that. Foiled end papers, I know Illumicrate did it on the Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting, because they did it so that they had like a die cut on the cover and it went through to the foiled end pages. But I don't think either of the boxes have done that otherwise. But OwlCrate have been doing that pretty consistently. I can think of at least another one book. And it excited me, it surprised me, and it excited me. And also just, god damn it, the exclusive cover is just so freaking beautiful. And purple's my favourite colour. So having a purple box over the blue boxes, that's probably why I'm letting it win. But congratulations, OwlCrate. Not the words I was expecting to say today, but I'm happy to be saying them. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Bookbox Battle. If you did, please give it a like. Please comment and let me know how you feel about these boxes, which one would be your winner, if you think that there's an item that I didn't love that you loved, or the other way around, if I really loved something that you weren't sure on. Please do subscribe to our channel. We are edging ever closer to 900 subscribers, which just blows my tiny mind. So thank you for your continued support. We post new videos pretty regularly. Not settled on a new schedule yet, kind of busy with work, but we'll get to that. I'm Alyce. This is the Bumbling Blogger, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!